Now, let's move on to a fruit salad, which I love. I really, really like fruit. And anytime that I can get more fruit in my diet, in my family's diet, the happier I am. And now is the perfect time to make this salad because the strawberries are in season and they are yummy. Absolutely yummy. So we're going to switch gears. How am I doing on time? I don't have a clock. Am I okay? Okay. We're going to start with a base of just salad greens. And this, let me tell you, now you could eliminate the greens if you wanted to and just make the fruit in a bowl all by itself. And that would be fine too. But, you know, I really like salads. And that's kind of what we're trying to do here tonight is talk about how we can get more salads. And I find that, you know, it's very, very true that you eat with your eyes first. And if something looks pretty, you're more likely to taste it and your eyes will say, that looks good. So your taste buds will automatically think that it tastes good. And then, I mean, you know, it will, but I'm saying if you get something pretty, then you're more likely to eat it. Now, how many people have ever cut orange sections out of an orange? Well, that's what we're doing. The technical term for it's called supreming, but we're just getting sections out of the orange. This is a navel orange. You could use any kind of orange you like. I saw down there after I'd already gotten this one, the Cara Cara oranges, which if you've never had a Cara Cara orange, you need to try a Cara Cara orange. They are delicious. Sweet and just a little darker in color, but they are delicious. So one orange, cut off the white part or the pith, the membrane. And with a small paring knife, what you want to do is go in between. An orange has little sections, and all you're doing is cutting through those sections to eliminate the fibrous part and just getting the little sections out. So that's what we're going to do to the orange. Now this is another one of those cases where you can substitute any kind of berry you like. There isn't a fruit out there that I don't like, except pineapple. Oddly enough, you'll never see me cook, hardly ever see me cook with pineapple on the program because I just don't like pineapple. I don't really know why, but I just don't. So I wouldn't use pineapple for me, but if you like it, cut it up and put it in there. You could use any kind of fruit you like, any kind of berry you like. I chose today some beautiful blackberries and some strawberries. If you like raspberries, raspberries would be delicious in here. Blueberries would be delicious in this. Any kind of fruit you like. You could slice up a banana and put in this salad. You could, some kiwi would be beautiful in here. You could use any kind of fruit that you like, any kind of berry that you like. And then I would take this, because we're going to make a dressing anyway, and I would just squeeze out the juice over the greens because you don't want to waste that flavor. That's just too good. And then I'm going to cut these into just bite-sized pieces. And add them to our salad, just right over top. And some beautiful, I'm gonna make my, where's my Andrea? I'm gonna make her real happy, my producer back there, because she loves these things. Look at those blackberries, aren't they beautiful? And just sprinkle over some berries over top. Like I said, you could use any kind of berry that you like. And strawberries, which happen to be my favorite. I just adore strawberries. I get so excited when the end of February rolls around because I automatically think strawberry shortcake. And I eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I love it. As much as you want to put in there. And if you wanted to add different, you know, more, you could. But you get the idea of what we're doing here. This is just a pretty little fruit salad. Apple would be good in here too if you wanted to slice up an apple. And then we're going to make a dressing. Now I like a blueberry dressing on mine, but maybe you don't like blueberry preserves. If you wanted to use blackberry preserves or red raspberry preserves or orange marmalade, any kind of a jelly preserve type thing that you like, you could use whatever flavor you like in this salad. How many have ever made salad dressings with jelly? Okay, I'm with you. It's really good, and it adds a different flavor. A lot of people, they think salad dressing, they think oil and vinegar only, or ranch or French or something like that, and those are fine. But sometimes if you think outside the box and think, well, you know, you're going to eat what? Have you ever had fruit in a salad like this? I mean, it's delicious. So why not make the dressing with something like that too? So that's what we're going to do. We are going to make a dressing. Jessica, I am going to need another one of those little cups that I can just soften this just a little bit. This is blueberry preserves, but I'm going to put it in the microwave just for a few seconds just to soften it up so that I can whisk it in with my dressing. Just for, you know, you're not cooking it. You just not even want to melt it. You just want to soften it a little bit. 10 seconds will do. And you're just kind of loosening it up a little bit. You could also melt it in a small pot, you know, soften it in a pot on the stove if you wanted to. That would be fine too. But you don't, I said melt, you don't really want to melt it. You just want to soften it just a little bit. That's about half a cup of a blueberry preserve. Then I'm going to add one of my all-time favorite ingredients, and that's balsamic vinegar. There are all kinds of balsamic vinegars down there. You just need to find the one that you like. And I tell you, balsamic vinegar reduced on the stove. Take just an inexpensive bottle of balsamic vinegar, put it in a pot, reduce it by half till it gets thicker and syrupy on the stove. Pour it over strawberries. If you have never had that, it is fabulous. If your strawberries aren't really, really sweet, you might want to add a pinch of sugar, but it is absolutely delicious, just reduced and poured over. Maybe slice a pound cake and then put that over would be delicious. And then again, extra virgin olive oil, about half a cup. And then just whisk all that together. By softening that jelly in the microwave, you're able to incorporate it with the oil easier. Going to add just a little bit of pepper and a little pinch of salt to my dressing. And I would add more pepper on the plate as I serve it. About 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt is plenty. Just whisk it all together and pour it over your salad. And then combine and get a spoon over here and a plate back here, and just stir that all together. And isn't that pretty? You can smell that balsamic vinegar. Try to get some of everything in there. Put it on a plate. And here's where you can use your favorite. I've chosen almonds, but if you don't like almonds or can't eat almonds, you know, leave off the nuts if you're allergic. Or you could use walnuts or pine nuts or any other kind of nut that you like. But you want that crunch factor. Again, it's a textural thing. Oh yeah, you could use pecans, any kind of nut that you like, whatever you like. And I'll tell you, I've been kind of doing some studying and reading on things, and I realize there are some people that have nut allergies, but if you're not allergic walnuts and nuts and almonds are some of the healthiest things in the world that you can eat. And there is your fruit salad with a blueberry dressing on top. That was easy.